Well, good midday to you, one and all. We are grateful and thankful for another opportunity, another privilege to be able to come and to share with you on this great midday afternoon. And so we're grateful to God for you, one and all, for joining in with us. So thankful, grateful. Rained a little bit, sun's back out. Hey, I won't complain. We have been waiting for nice weather for a long time. It's not as bad as others are experiencing. We're not shoveling mud out of our homes and all of the rest of that. Good midday, Jade. Bless you for being here. And grateful to God for that. Pam, bless you for being here today. And so we're thankful. We are thankful. We are thankful. We are thankful. Sharon, good to have you with us. Please share, please share, please share, please share. That would be fabulous. Debbie Rainbow, Minister Sarah, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this growth experience, this challenge, this opportunity to be able to share the word of the Lord with you on today. And for that, we are grateful. Sandra, thank you for being here and being here with us on today. Please share, please share, please share. You do that, that would be wonderful. Valerie, good midday to you. Tell Dad we said hello. Chaplain Hearns, bless you. Katrina, okay, yeah, that's right. Cora, Sheely, Minister Faye, thank you so much for being here with us. And please, please be so kind to share. That would be wonderful. If you would do that, and I would be eternally grateful if you would. And so I just would appreciate that if you can, if you will. And we'll be ready to roll in just a moment, in just a minute here. So, also want to remind you at 6:30 is our midweek worship, and we hope and pray that you'll be able to be with us on that day. And again, grateful for the privilege and the honor of sharing with you. Tamika, I didn't hear back from you about JJ. Kind of let me know what's happening there. And Christine, thank you for being here with us on today. So, again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just looking at a couple of things here. Want to make sure I got it all together. Thank you so much, Janice, for letting us know that our media ministry is on top of everything and all is well. All is well. Okay, Jaleesa, good midday to you. Jackie, how you be? How you be? Okay, all right. Just kind of let me know, and then we can go from there. As many of you have done, please share. Please share. Please share. Please share. 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 So we can get this out to as many people as we possibly can. I want to thank those who have shared, and we are grateful for each and every one of you. Bless His holy name, for there's none like Him. Well, let me go ahead and get started. I wanted to share this with you. Is there anything your phone is acting crazy, Denise? You might want to just shut it down, bring it back up, and might be working. Or who knows? These devices have minds of their own. Is anything worth you losing your soul? Trinette, How are you? Good midday to you. Is anything worth that? And Carolyn, good midday to you. I was thinking about the climate, the political climate that we are in. I was thinking about uh, the reasoning behind some of the diabolical things that are going on. Elder James, bless you. Doe, good to have you here. Elder Pam, bless your heart. I think about this. I try not to think about it a lot, but I think about it enough. That we live in an age and a time where I'm wondering, Christy, bless you for being here. Barbara, how you be? Has the need for fame and power outweighed or is outweighing eternity? Sheila, I see you. I see. But I want us to think about this. I need us to think about this because the age that we here's the one thing that I think is missing from the psychological makeup of many people who are corrupted now is they don't realize they're not going to be here forever. I wish I had these momentary spurts of insanity that continue to crop their ugly heads up at an unbelievable level is missing a factor that one day their existence on this side of eternity is going to come to an end. And the funny thing about it is, I don't honestly believe, Ethel, bless you, good midday. I don't actually believe that they believe that there is a righteous judge that has to be stood in front of and an account of their stewardship has to be reckoned with him. I don't believe they believe that. And I think you can still see me. Pee Wee, bless you for being here. Sister Thomas, thank you for being here. I might have to figure that out. Maybe Trump done got into the internet. He don't want me to tell the truth. But I want us to think about this. Remember, I'm in Mark chapter 8, and in the midst of this, because the God of this world has blinded their minds. The God of this world, Minister Marcia, the God of this world has convinced them that they are immortal. Gelada, I don't think that they actually understand that there is a reckoning time coming because in Mark chapter 8, he talks about whoever desires to save his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake shall find it. For what will it profit a man to gain the whole world and to lose their soul? And I want us to think about when we get frustrated and Gelada, we are pushing the state to do what it needs to do as far as early voting and all of that. But the diabolically satanic evil motives that are beginning to raise their ugly heads, they forget that they only have, even that jerk that used to be president only has so many years to be here. And so, out of all that they seem to be gaining, out of all that they seem to be accomplishing, they forget that in the midst of this, they're gaining things, but they're losing something eternal. Cecile, good midday to you. I wish I had five people that could understand this. And so while they're on top of the world, and while their influence and manipulations and wizardry, wickedness, witchcraft is seeming to be promulgated and being moved, they fail to understand that there is a time coming. Yeah, you got to remember, you got to remember who their daddy is. Satan is a liar, and liars are listening to their father. And so, in the midst of it, what will a person give in exchange? What is 10, 20, 30, 40 years of power in comparison to eternity? And the one thing that I have learned, that obviously, of course, who am I? I'm nobody. I'm not in a seat of power. I'm not politically astute. I'm not in those arenas of political participation. There was a time when I was pretty close to it, but I'm not where I used to be. But the thing that amazes me is how much alienation from God are you willing to have for the sake of a short run of power that once you die is passed on to somebody else? I wish I had. For it says here, what does it profit anyone if he gains the whole world? The things that we see going on, the mentality that is taking place, the oppositions that are happening, the crazy, the psychotic madness that's going on, they forget. And some of these nuts go to church, and some of these recluses claim to be Christians, and some of these hypocritical, lying, that's all I'm gonna say, claim to know Jesus, but you can't know him and lose your soul for the sake of a few moments of recognition, power, and manipulation. Timothy, good midday to you. So he says, for whoever is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him the Son of Man also will be ashamed when he comes into the glory of his Father with the holy angels. I want us to think about this. And I need to share this because we're in a battle right now. Yes, I'm getting ready to talk about and I can talk about issues. I can't talk about politicians. We're in a battle right now. We're in a battle between right and wrong. We're in a battle between good and evil. We're in a battle right now for the sake, the livelihood, and the perpetual opportunities for advancement as has never been seen since the beginning of the civil rights movement. We are seeing the demonic raise its ugly head through one particular person who has become the impetus that has given permission for evil and hatred to take place. We see it clearly. We've seen it before in history. We've seen it through others who have declared that. I saw a sign. Y'all ready for this? I saw a sign that said he is the Savior. We're in a fight not for us, but for generations yet to come. Okay? We're in a fight for the righteousness of God. We're in a fight for people who, listen, and I know I'm gonna mess y'all up when I say this, who don't even know who Jesus is. But the fight that we are in is going to give them opportunities that could never take place if we don't fight. Because what they fail to understand and what they fail to recognize is there is a reckoning day that's going to take place. And when we all stand before him, we are going to have to give an account of our stewardship. We're going to have to tell the Lord how we spent our life. And this is the one thing that is missing from the psychological makeup of these demented and psychotically deformed people, is they actually think that they are above the law and the law of God, the righteousness of God, the ways of God. Hey, Thea, how you doing? I'm on a roll. I'm getting ready to cut this off in just a second, because as I look at this and I look at the devil, and if you have, I'm going to say this. If you have noticed, there has always been attacks against those whom God's hand is on. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all not ready for this. There has always been an attack against those whom God has called out to be his messengers. And so in the midst of this, there's some sacrifices we have to make. In the midst of this, yes, ma'am, since Sunday, if y'all missed what I said Sunday, you need to go back and take a look at it. A couple of them, they accused me of being somebody when I did it. But I need us to understand, and I need us to recognize the importance of what we've been called out to do. We have been called out to show that evil will not reign forever. Lord Jesus. Okay. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Did you see it? Did you see it? I'm telling you right now. Good midday, Carletta. I'm on a roll now like I have never been on before, because I have sat back and I have watched us allow the enemy to remove everything that our foreparents fought for. I have watched the devil sneer at the lives that were lost over the fact that they died for the sake of us having what we have. And now that they are sleeping in their graves, we have now allowed the death of the work that they have done. And so today is awakening, and an awakening day for us to remember that these people who claim to know God through Christ, these people are going to have to deal with a day when they must stand before the righteous judge. And here's where I'm standing on this. Okay, Rhonda, here's what I'm standing on. I'm standing on the fact that I would rather be hated by men than to be hated by God. I would rather find myself in a position that I lose my life for the sake of the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is a liberating gospel. Y'all not ready for me today. Y'all sure enough ain't ready for me tonight. And what we fail to understand is that God is on our side. God is with us. God has always been our help and our protection. And we sat back and become vulnerable to the attacks of the enemy. We talk about no weapon formed against us is able to prosper, but do you really mean it? Or is it just jabber and gibberish that you talk about? And so in the midst of this, he is saying here for us to see, for us to recognize, for us to grasp that we need not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we will reap if we don't lose heart. And here's all I'm saying. I will not be ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I will not be ashamed of who I have been called to be. Now, understand, and let me preface this. I am not talking about being a preacher. I'm talking about being a part of the called out. I'm talking about the ecclesia. I'm talking about the church. I'm talking about the redeemed. Victor, good to have you here. And so here's all I'm saying. There's a price that has to be paid for walking with Jesus. My question is, are you willing to pay it? There's a price that has to be paid for justice. My question is, are you willing to pay it? There's a price that has to be paid if we are going to see the liberation of God's people by us following the authority of our God. There's a price. Personally speaking, I'd rather have God on my side than for God to be against me. So I'm done with this snapshot from Mark chapter 8. And in the midst of this is overwhelmingly important for us to recognize that we need not be so scared and bent out of shape. Y'all not hearing me? Over what we see, because it's only temporary. Weeping only endures for a night, but at 12:01, joy shows up in the morning. I got to go. I got stuff I got to get done. I got to get going here. See me at 6:30, midweek worship. It's going to be different. Early voting has started. It's going to be different. Dealing with issues, it's going to be different. They have to do so that we become what God has called us to be. We are the repairers of the breach. Jesus said, out of our belly shall flow rivers of living water. What good is water if ain't nobody drinking? I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. Listen, love y'all with the love of Jesus Christ. Don't forget. See you at 6:30 this evening. May God bless you. May he keep you is our